You've seen him in the chat room. Now hear his stupid voice. Live from his mother's basement, where all hopes and dreams come to a screeching end. McDonald's favorite employee. This is The Apocalypse Show, starring the one and only Apocalypse.
Thank you out there in Radioland. Welcome to my third installment. That's right, today's date is exactly October 26, 2014. That's right, people. Number one show on Sunday late night. Well, it's not too late for me because it's only 5:01 here. But wherever you bastards are, it's probably late as fuck. Oh, I love my pieces of shit out there. My big fans. Without you, the show's not possible. Well, the show's probably still possible, but it's just talk to myself, and that's it. I do that plenty anyways, right? Anyways, guys, I got something interesting for you guys to talk about. Or listen to, I should say. The other day, I asked for promos, all this, all that. Well, a few people did come through. Can you guess who came through? Gave you 2 hints. Blake and Jade. Well, to be honest, it was mostly Blade. Not Blade. Blake! I didn't call you Blade. Alright, Blake. You did make me a promo, so it's only fair that I play it to the fans of the show. So, here we go.
Hey, Pete, do you see that? I sure do, Willie. What is that? Not entirely sure, Pete. Looks like a bright ball of light. Sure does, Pete. It looks to me like it's getting bigger. It's heading right for us, Willie. Well, would you look at that? It's a cyborg. Well, hot diggity damn, Willie. What's he doing, Pete? It looks like he's fixing to kill us. It was nice knowing you, Pete. You too, Willie.
Welcome to one of the finest shows on Spreaker, The Apocalypse Show.
Thank you, Mr. Blake and Miss Jade. I'm sure you at least made him a nice dinner that night for all the greatness that he brought me through that promo. Something in my heart grows whenever I hear that. I've heard it probably about 16 times. And you gotta love the British people. They love their motor mouth. They love their lemmy. They love that mole. That mole. Oh, I gotta love that mole. It's like, you know, us guys out here, we love our Jay Sands. We love his stash. It's not a homosexual thing. It's just a power thing, a finesse thing. We worship our Guidos out here. They're very financially set. We hoped one day to rob them all. You know what I mean. Also, hate to be that guy that plays all these different clips on my show. Clip, 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 clip. Not a bad thing. But today I'm going to have to do that because another person sent me an intro, promo, what have you. Mr. Chris Top of the Chris Top Program. Oh yeah, you can find him at christopprogram.com. So go ahead and check him out. I don't know when his shows are on. I think he's one of those crazy people. He does like 7 interviews in one day, and then a few days later, 7 interviews in one day. Fucking crazy, if you ask me, man. I do a show once a week, and I'm like, oh my fuck, 45 minutes. What am I gonna do? Oh lordy, lordy, lordy. But here's Mr. Chris Top.
Chris Top here of the Chris Top Program. Come check out Apocalypse. He's kind of out there, if you know what I mean. But apparently he is the prince of Spreaker, so who am I to question him or his silly antics?
If you guys heard that, that is a man who's confident in what he is saying. That is not Chris Top being scared of me or me showing up to his little apartment in Clarksville, Tennessee with a shotgun at his face saying, "Hey, motherfucker, do a promo for me." You know, that's not how I act here. You know, I take this radio shit very, very fucking seriously, if you guys know what I mean. So thanks again for joining. This is an interesting day because, as I noticed, I was going to go to the Blake and Jade show. And these douchebags, not them per se, but their government, or, I don't know, these celestial beings over there. I mean, what the fuck, Europeans? Who would have thunk it? But they decided, hey, the show's now going to be at 3:30 instead of 2:30. I find that interesting. And it's not just limited to them. It's just this country, too. For instance, Arizona, guess what? We don't change our time. When I look at all these other shows, maybe they're going to change their time soon as well. But you damn change timers. I can't stand it. I cannot stand that you have to change the time. Why can't you just adjust? Why can't you just get used to the damn 4 seasons of the world? But no, let's change our time. Piss me off, man. We don't change our time. How do we make it? Oh, wait, we do. We make it fine. But things get screwed up, and we have to call other places. Different shows. Kind of screws us up. I don't like it. I'm going to have to figure out what time The Walking Dead comes on tonight. I'm not even sure myself. Is it going to come on at 9? Is it going to come on at 10? Is it going to come on at 8? I mean, really, who the fuck knows? I sure the fuck don't, if you know what I mean. Anyways, I want to talk to you guys. Jake and Blade, also known as Blake and Jade, they're actually a criminal enterprise. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but since England is devoid of many Italians, they always have to copy the sitcoms like Sopranos, which is more like a documentary of Italian Americans. Stuff like that. So what they did was they created their own criminal enterprise. So if you ever go there, I assume they're probably London. I mean, that's where all English people live, is London. Let's go to London. Oh, yes, London. So basically, if you ever go to London, you'll probably buy some perishables. You'll buy some baggies. You'll buy some drinks. Then you will notice deep down that, let's just say you need some cocaine. Cocaine. You go to England for cocaine. I do not recommend cocaine. Fucks up your heart. But if you want to take it now and then, hey, no harm, right? So you go there, you're going to buy some cocaine from a Jamaican man. Oh, yeah, I'm a Jamaican. You know, you figure Jamaicans, they're going to sell pot. Guess what? They're not. No. They sell everything in London. And you know what? They sell it right in front of police stations. That's right. The black people over there have it a lot better than the black people in America. Selling drugs in front of cop stations. Why is that? You know, you figure, hey, where else are you going to sell it? You know, there's no big alleys in London, Stan. Got to sell it somewhere, right? Guess they don't want to bring them in. Like, hey, smells like a Jamaican in here. Oh, man. Because all it would take is just be one really crooked cop in England and just be like, hey, just take one of these guys down, take all his drugs, resell it. Prop up all these different people on your payroll. And that's what Jake and Blade do. I call them Jake and Blade because that's their criminal enterprise name. The reason why they do this phony persona, Blake and Jade, when you listen to them on the air, that's them coming clean of their sins. You heard today about Blake flicking his toenail clippings? You know what that is? That's a damn metaphor. That is a metaphor for, I am throwing $100 bills across the room and hitting little Chinese orphans in the face and not giving two shits. That's Blake. Not me. That's not me. Let me tell you, I have a much better job than that. Not better. Actually, nothing is better about my job than that, but just different. And different in a worser way. So that's what he does. When you listen to Blake and Jade, Jade's in the background. Hey, what do you want today? Do you want some tea and crumpets and omelettes and a not scooter, but scoot. I caught them today. With their voice transformations, I was listening to their show. They said scoot. There's a T in there. These people, they hate fellow English people so much that they have erased the T in scooter. Instead of saying scooter, they say scoot. It's like these people are on a warpath. They're little criminal enterprise mafia. They're little family faces. It's not family faces. This is a real criminal organization. And it's taken it by the storm. All the different political parties out there, like the UKIP, BNP, NF, all the top dogs out there, they're, guess what? Blake and Jade. They own them. So, if you ever go to, their dwellings of the utmost proper heights and proportions, they will feed you steak and eggs, my friend. Make no mistake, steak and eggs if you go to their loft, their apartment or condo or house. Do they have houses in England? I don't think they do. If you happen to be one of those pesky and determined vegans, those people? Those people, if you go to a supermarket, they're like, is that GMO? You have to toss it on the floor. And you fucking, what, motherfucker? And then you hit them in the face. And say it was assault. Because they were mentally assaulting you because all you're doing is you went there to purchase things at the supermarket. You went there to get your eggplant, your bread, your milk, your lasagna. You went there for the basics. And then you got these stupid-ass vegans. I mean, if there's ever, and I mean ever, and I don't mean this in a rude or derogatory way, but if they're to bring back the Holocaust, I think all the vegans should be in it. And I don't mean to offend them, but it's just a proper place for them. I think that in this day and age, we don't need vegans anymore. Hello? We got pork products, we got bacon, and these people advocate a bacon-free society. It's like, no, motherfucker. We advocate a vegan-free society, bitch. And, I'm sorry, but I just think that we should take all our prisoners and let them free. Or at least drop a vegan inside the prisoners and see how well they do. I bet the vegans taste good. If you're a cannibal, eat a vegan. As we all know, animals that eat solely plants are generally better tasting than the animals that eat both meat and veggies, or just meat. So plant-eating creatures are the creatures to eat. So go eat one of those freaks, if you know what I mean. And if they drop off a cliff, guess what? If on one side you see the word hammer and the other side you see justice, they had it coming towards them. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about something. When I was learning today about the time changes that about the show, I noticed something. Okay, so right now, Arizona's part of PST, which stands for Pacific Standard Time. Hey, easy enough. Pacific, mostly California, Pacific Coast, Pacific Ocean, makes sense. Okay, right? Huh? Eastern Standard Time, EST, another popular destination for a lot of shows out here. EST, fine. Usually about 3 hours ahead of PST, makes sense. One ocean to the other. One side of the country to the other. But I looked at the European time, and I think most of Europe is in this at least. They have it called GMT. Guess what? This stands for Greenwich Mean Time. As a Lutheran, a proud Lutheran, and sorry if I get a little upset in my words to you people, but as a Lutheran, when they base their time zones on green witches, and they call